Well, SummerSlam is in the books, and I gotta say, it was actually really good. It really was. And then the atmosphere was amazing. You look at this new stadium, and it's like, wow. Because I had said many times that there's a rumor that we may not have this. And I'm actually very glad that I was wrong. You know, but let's see if the rest of the show holds up. And I mean, there's a lot that did. I really think that this show had a lot of ups and downs, and I'm not talking about Simon Miller, but let's get through this and see what we got. Now, the first match, actually, let's talk about the pre-show, because I didn't see it yet. And I don't know if I even taped it, but you have Big E defeating Baron Corbin. Obviously, for weeks, Baron Corbin had Big E's briefcase, which was really fucking stupid, but what can you do? Big E won, obviously got it back, and now we'll see what happens else in the future, but this was a dumb storyline, and hopefully it's over. So, the first match was the Raw Tag Team Championships, and you had RK-Bro actually defeating AJ and Almost. And I was actually very surprised. This was a good match, though. And I mean, you had a lot of great teamwork from RK-Bros, obviously. And, you know, the fight went on the outside, and this was really cool. Almost and Riddle actually put on a good match for a little bit, and yeah, basically new tag team champions, and I'm not quite sure what's going to happen tonight on Raw, but I think that Matt Riddle has a surprise in store for Randy Orton, so let's hope it's not a This Is Your Life segment, but this was a good match. You had a singles match, Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie with Piper Niven or Doudrop, whatever. This was also actually pretty good. You know, it wasn't great by any means, but it was pretty good. And I think that Alexa Bliss really was the better one in this one too. I didn't see a lot of Lily, although when Alexa came down the aisle, you had a lot of people with Lily dolls, which I didn't really think they were selling that ugly thing. But anyways, yeah, this was cool. And then of course, we all know Alexa Bliss won, and you had Piper pick up the microphone and say her catchphrase. That's Eva's catchphrase, obviously, and leave the ring with Eva's uniform. So I guess that's an official split, which I was a little disappointed because I would have wanted Piper Niven to destroy Eva Marie, but it is what it is, you know. Yeah, the United States Championship, Damien Priest and Sheamus, and yeah, obviously it was a close call, you know, and you knew how Sheamus was a tough motherfucker. So, yeah, basically it went back and forth, and then you had Damien defeat Sheamus with the, I don't even know what he calls it anymore, but I'm gonna say South of Heaven. But yeah, basically Damien Priest is the first time holder of a championship in Raw, I guess. So that's pretty cool. United States champion. So let's see how far that goes, and they may or may not continue feuding. Not quite sure. So we have the Usos versus the Mysterios, and this match was cool. I thought the Mysterios might win again to become second time tag team champions. That obviously didn't work. I mean, Usos were just too powerful, just too strong as a unit, and obviously that's pretty much how it went. And I mean, Usos really put on a show, but Mysterios were great as well. I think Dominic flying off the thing was really cool, flying out of the ring onto the Usos, and yeah, it wasn't enough. Usos retained, and I honestly thought there was going to be a heel turn, but that actually didn't happen, so very cool. We had a SmackDown Women's Championship, and it was supposed to be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, but Bianca Belair comes out. There's the announcer saying, "Oh, well, Sasha Banks can't make it, so here's a replacement." And out comes Carmella. So Carmella comes out. And you think they're gonna square off. And then you get a surprise return from Becky Lynch. So Becky comes out and throws Carmella out of the ring and starts to beat the shit out of her, and then gets in the ring. And then, I mean, the audience were cheering and whatever, and I was happy too. I was glad to see Becky. And Becky gets on the mic and says, "Hey, you and I have a match for the championship." And I thought, okay, cool. I can't remember the name of Becky's move, but anyway, she hits that. And wins. Becky Lynch just came back and won your new SmackDown Women's Championship. Kyle, he said, I can see a rant coming. And I'm not going to rant. I'm not going to rant about it. I just want to know what cereal Bianca Belair pissed in. Because... really? She didn't even put up a fight. Like, wins just like that. Now, today I was looking on the YouTubes, and there was talks of Becky turning heel. I don't know if they're gonna feud, but really, that's what it came down to. You wasted 10, maybe 5 seconds, 5 minutes of our time just to have a quick match. I mean, okay, Becky is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. That's cool, but she just came back. You could not have waited. And Bianca Belair, I don't know what they're going to do with that now. You can't obviously call her... Well, she can't obviously call herself the EST no more, because, hey, guess what? You just lost in a matter of seconds. What the fuck is this going on? But it won't be the worst. Trust me. That's to come. So you have this match. You got Drew McIntyre, who defeated Jinder Mahal. And again, another close call. And I had said I wanted Jinder to win. And again, I was wrong. And it's nothing against Drew McIntyre. I just think that he should have at least gotten one loss. I think he's been winning a lot lately, but it is what it is. So, yeah, this was cool. And then, Drew won. But you obviously thought it was going to be a close call. After the match, got Veer and Shanky coming out. and you know, didn't really do anything to Drew, but this was pretty cool. And Drew's obviously probably gonna win more matches, and I don't know if he's ever gonna lose again, but whatever. Yeah, it was a good match. A triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. So, for weeks, we've had Nikki Cross as your Women's Raw Champion. And I try to understand the logic of WWE, because this was a close call. This really was too. All three of these women put on a great match, a good match, and it was awesome. And then Charlotte puts Nikki Cross in the figure 8. And I'm like, you know what? Tap out, tap out, tap out. Fuck you! Not that she needed it, but Charlotte Flair is once again your Raw Women's Champion. Because you know, same! So now you have this match. You have Edge versus Seth Rollins. And this was pretty cool. This is actually... No, this was very cool. You know? And there was a tease of the Brood thing on SmackDown. And obviously you couldn't have blood for some reason or another. So Seth got doused in black ink. But anyways... So, you know, Seth Rollins came out, and then you have Edge come out. The first few minutes of the Brood theme, and, you know, he had his trench coat on, and glasses, and I honestly thought Gangrel was going to come out with him, but that didn't work. It happened, so... Yeah, and then, of course, he stops in the middle of the aisle, and has his regular Alter Bridge theme music. So yeah, this was a good match too. These two really took each other to the limit. And I mean, just the story. I mean, 2014, this match, you never thought would happen. You never in a million years thought that would happen. But this was awesome. I mean, they really pulled some spots. And yeah, what was it I said? The prediction video. You have Edge and John Cena. Now, Edge can't do half the shit that he did in 2006. That's a given. Yeah, so Seth is on the outside, and Edge performs a tope suicida. Interesting. I didn't think he was supposed to do that. I wouldn't have done that if I were him. But yeah, you had Edge, you know, first he was gonna do he did the execution. I can't remember what that move is called either, but I'll put it in a link, I'm sure. He did the STF, but yeah, Seth actually tapped out and Edge won the match. Very cool. Yeah, I thought that was very cool. And I mean, he needed a win. I think that's what should have happened, and I'm glad it did. So we'll see what happens in the future, but I know that Edge will be a champion before he actually retires. Well, I know that'll happen. Oh boy. The WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. And why didn't you show it? Goldberg gets injured. I don't even know how long into the match it was, but MVP got his cane and hit Goldberg in the leg. And that's what stops the match. I mean, he tries to get up, but hey, you know what? That the doctors come down, and yeah, that's what stopped the match. The referee, that's it. So then Gage comes up and jumps on Bobby Lashley. By the way, why the fuck did you have that happen? He's just a kid. But yeah, Bobby's still your WWE champion, so I'm not quite sure where that's going to go. Who's going to be the next opponent. But yeah. And then we have your main event. We've got Roman Reigns versus John Cena. And I gotta say, this was a really good match. And I mean, these two just destroyed each other. Outside the ring, inside the ring. You know, John Cena really took Roman to the limit, and you obviously thought he was going to win this match. I mean, there was a lot of close calls. He did the STF, you know, he did the attitude adjustment. Yeah, it was very cool. I obviously didn't think that Roman was going to pull it off. I really didn't. But he did. Roman Reigns beat John Cena. So that's Edge, and now John Cena. Which really sucks, because I mean, why did John come back if he was going to lose at SummerSlam? I don't get it. But, yeah, that's all that happened. Nothing else. Roman Reigns stood tall, so, yeah. This was a really good SummerSlam. And I think that, for what it's worth, many more to come. Extreme Rules will be coming up in next month. So, yeah. Nothing else happened after this match. Very cool. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Anymore. So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller and that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews,